Good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy solstice. We're getting ready to move into the 3 days of darkness that we do every year when the sun dips down below the horizon and kind of pauses there for 3 days and then emerges again on Christmas. I'm going to walk you through my process that I go through in the morning because this is kind of long. So I usually, at least this is what I have been doing, I usually pull a couple oracle cards for the collective, and then I sit here with those cards and I start writing. My channeling process becomes a research project, and then I start like getting hit with intuitive hits or whatever. And this morning I've been sitting here at 7 o'clock. I've been sitting here since about 5 with this message. Okay, so it starts like this. Solstice is the death and rebirth of the sun. It's where the southernmost point in the sky dips. It's the longest night of the year. It's usually between the 21st and the 24th. We don't really see the sun again. Then it starts coming back on the 25th. So a lot of mythology talks about this process. The one that came to mind first for me was the rebirth of Ra. There is a Catholic prophecy where the world is covered in total impenetrable darkness, and it's tied to the apocalypse. They say that no artificial light at all will work during this time. When I was doing my deep dive into, I just saw 222. Alexa, stop. When I was doing my deep dive into prophecy, 2020, it was like during COVID, I remember reading a little bit about from prophets, like current prophets, about 3 days of darkness, and they said don't go outside because you'll be attacked by literal demons. They'll just be running the streets. It'll be like a hoo-ha, hip hip hooray for every darkness that exists in the world. But a few days ago, I heard the darkness brings a gift. The darkness as the literal 3 days when we don't see the sun, but also like the darkness, like the trauma, the pain, the ego deaths, the addictions, etc. And the darkness brings a gift. I'm hearing the song "What Do You Want From Me" by Adam Lambert while I'm pulling these cards, and I made a note of it here. The very first card that came out for me was the Bardo. This is card number 50, which reduces to 5. It's the liminal space between death and rebirth. Resolution in the in-between. This is forgiveness, spiritual purge, and pure transition. 5 being change. The next card was the Temple. It's card number 39, which reduces to 12, and I'm not taking it any further. The sacred inner sanctuary. It's enlightenment and refuge. The higher connection amid the chaos. The final card to hit the table, the healer. This is card number 25. The healer is wholeness through sheddings of skins. It's regeneration and it's shamanic restoration. What I'm looking at in front of me is 5/12/25. 12/25, Ascension Day, after 3 days of darkness. So at the bottom of the deck is the stone. It's card number 67, which reduces to 13, which further reduces to 4. It's stability and foundation. It's the alchemical base. The unbreakable anchor. Also at the bottom of the deck was the flame. It's card number 51, which reduces to 6. It's the inner spark, transformation, and eternal light. At the bottom of the deck, 4 + 6 = 10. Cycle complete. 0 point reset. Ascension into the new self. From the void to wholeness. December 25th, 2025 reduces to 10. Rebirth from the darkness. That song, What Do You Want From Me? What do you want from me? It's about self-doubt in the face of expectations, afraid of not doing enough, begging for patience and grace. The bardo, the temple, and the healer, it's the visible journey. Moving through the liminal void, seeking sacred refuge and higher perspective. Engaging deep cyclic healing and regeneration. It's the 3 days of darkness, the descent, the stillness, and the shedding. The stone quiet certainty beneath the chaos. Stability earned through past trials. The part of you that knows you want to crumble going through the bardo. The flame is the inner spark that never goes out. Hope piercing darkness. Passion, creativity, and divine inspiration. Burning even when you can't see the full glow. It's absolute rebirth. The old loops are done. It's time for us to make a trip to the underworld and bring back our gift. And I asked, why? Why, though? And I heard something about the pure bride. Who is the bride? The bride is not a who, but a what. It's innocence, readiness, divine union, and radiant wholeness. Adorned in white and veiled in mystery, embodying the collective faithful soul. Prepared for marriage with the divine. The book of Revelation in chapter 21, verses 2 and 9, the New Jerusalem descends prepared as a bride adorned for her husband, symbolizing the redeemed church. Souls in perfect union with God after trials. The Hieros Gamos, the sacred marriage. If you're still here, it's a lot. Today's spread is the preparation of the bride. The preparation of the bride for the wedding. The last day before the sun descends to the underworld, only to return 3 days later on Christmas. Ascension. The bride is the whole human, balanced masculine and feminine energy. The collective encountered towers and storms and unmasking and healing last week. You witnessed and lived sacred rage. The top row, the bardo, the temple, and the healer, it's a full spectrum of color. The reds and the yellows, the greens and the blues, from yellow you can't see it too well here, but the indigos and the violets are all on the outside from the green and yellow. You encountered towers and storms and unmasking and healing last week. You witnessed and lived sacred rage. The top row is a full spectrum of color. A fully lit up chakra system. This is how enlightenment works. The bardo, the temple, and the healer. 5. Chaos. From chaos comes order, the descent into the underworld. 12, the temple, the body, the sacred space, the inner sanctuary. You have to go there. You have to become that so that you can give collective wisdom. Every year we go through trials and tribulation. We repeat similar cycles, and every year we implement something that we learned in the past, and every year we have a deeper understanding and gain richer perspectives to move us up to a new level on 12/25. The book of Revelation is just a map of what humans go through, from the micro to the macro. Sometimes it happens in literal synchronicity where the numbers all line up for us, you know, a 7-year tribulation and, you know, whatever. Sometimes it does happen, and sometimes it happens and starts at the age of 40. Think 40 days in the desert. Sometimes these numbers for us click, and it's very synchronistic, and when that happens, that's how you're able to unlock this shit. So we gain richer perspectives to move us up to a new level in the spiral. Last week's channelings echo this precisely. There were whispers of a 7 days of darkness. The new moon. It's real damn dark the day before and the day after. 3 days. Then, today falls on the heel of that, and then now there's 4 days to Christmas, so 7 days of darkness. So the new moon solstice rip current of major December shifts, okay? So timelines are collapsing for rebirth. With collectives trembling, awakening to transcendence and a major shift aligning in the next 3 months at the equinox. This is closing cycles for peace. This December 2025, is framed as the cusp of vast change, restoring paradise through this purification. The bride purified, balanced, and ascending. As the solstice deepens tonight, embrace this spiral's grace. I was like, at this point, really just automatic writing, so it's just like 2 or 3 sentences. The wedding dawns. Light eternal, union divine. The gift is the wedding. The gift is the wedding. 15:50 on my clock. I love you guys. Have a wonderful day, and I'll catch you on the next one.